But something that's not coming back as fast as you heard it is Aerosmith's tour, because Aerosmith's tour is taking a little speed bump right now because Steven Tyler actually hurt his vocal cords. A whole thing went down. They did 3 shows, and apparently he put this statement out saying that his vocal cords were injured and he can't actually sing for 30 days. So they're postponing a lot of the shows. Well, at least a handful, 6 concerts actually. But he said, my heart is broken to say I have received strict doctor's orders not to sing for the next 30 days. I sustained vocal cord damage during Saturday's show. And he said, on top of that led to subsequent bleeding. We'll need to postpone a few dates so that we can come back and give you the performance you deserve. Now, this is pretty insane. Like, they've been trying, this is their last tour. They announced it. It's called the Peace Out Tour. They're saying goodbye. They're actually going to end after New Year's, like where they began. So they're going full circle again with their career. Like their very first performance will be their very last, same venue, I should say, at the very end of it. But taking off 30 days, it's quite a bit of a hiccup in the thing. But hopefully he'll be okay. And he comes back and he starts kicking ass again. Now, if you didn't have these tickets, you can, well, just before I get there, if you did have these tickets, they're going to switch them out. You'll be able to just switch them out easily. But if you can't make it, they'll give you a full refund. So that's how it's going to kind of go down for this. So, it sucks. It really does suck. But and Steven Tyler's been rocking for so long, I can't imagine like not being able to sing like this. It's got to really be, because he's living on the edge. You're right, Ryan. It's got to be tough. It's got to be tough.
Yeah. He's just saying, dream on.
Dream on. I'll be back.
Old man hurts himself trying to do what he did when he was in his 30s. Like, that's kind of the headline here.
Although I will say, he said there was a bit of bleeding that was caused. So it's bleeding. Like, yeah, I'm like, you went hard, Steven Tyler. Good job.
I mean, your vocal muscles, they don't age, entirely well all the time.
They don't age well.
They don't age well. Especially if he wasn't doing well. Yeah, that's fair. Especially, the man's lived a hard life. He's been a rock star. He probably
not been a rock star. He is a fucking rock star.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's saying that's his life. His life is full of being a rock star
all the time. So, he maybe wasn't taking the best care of himself all the time. So that'll put stress on your body and your vocal cords. So it was bound to happen. And honestly, with his age, it's not surprising.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm shocked they're still rocking and rolling like this too, and he's able to hit those notes as it is. It has to take a toll on your vocal cords. Sabrina, do you think they'll be back in 30 days, or do you think you might need some more time after all is said and done?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like they were on tour for 3 days. Like, they did 3 shows before this happened, and now he's like, oh, I'm gonna take a 30-day break and like jump back in. It's a 40-show tour. So I don't know. I feel like this is something that can, re-injure, and there could, be issues further on down the line as well. But I salute them for, trying to stay on track and be like, this is going to be fine. And I guess, obviously he's going to the best doctors. He's Steven fucking Tyler. So if they say he can sing in 30 days, they're probably right. I just can't imagine.
I would hope so, right?
I can't imagine that that's something that you can probably re-aggravate, re-injure. Maybe he just doesn't sing with screaming songs. Maybe he goes more with like Pink, or like
it's my new obsession.
Yeah, maybe he just like chills it a little bit instead of the screaming songs, for the first couple shows back, and then maybe he can make a full recovery. I do.
Fingers crossed.
People's voices do change.
It's true.
I not that I agree with that. I guess it's a fact, so I don't have to agree with that.
Our first concert I ever went to. It was great.
We're not an age shot, bro. Why are you being so
It's not an age shot, man.
It's not an age shot.
Just a matter of fact, dude. He's in like his 70s or 80s at this point. Shit changes.
Still hitting it pretty hard. I will say this. I saw Perry Farrell, Jane's Addiction, open up for 9 Inch Nails, like maybe 10, well, probably longer than 10 years ago. I tried. The older I get, the time
it flies.
Smudges. It was a while ago, but it was their Wave Goodbye tour, and it was 9 Inch Nails' Wave Goodbye tour, but it was like kind of a double feature situation. And honestly, like, he sounded exactly like he did on the album. It was ridiculous. And talk about someone who's living a rock star life, So like, it's just like, everybody's
can't stop, won't stop.
Different good things. Like I was like, this is probably going to be a shit show, and I was like, I was so like, I love 9 Inch Nails, and I went there for 9 Inch Nails. Like, don't get me wrong, and it was an amazing show. But I was so enamored with the performance that Perry Farrell fucking gave. It was nuts, and I was like, oh, I was like, I just I couldn't believe it. So I guess for everybody, but also the screaming is hard to do. You have to train yourself to do it from the diaphragm instead of doing it from the throat. So maybe he does that, but Steven Tyler does it. Like, I don't know. I speak from my throat. I sing from my throat. I yell from my throat. My diaphragm doesn't even know what it's doing. I don't know why I have one. Like, so some people can't control it. I cannot control it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. And like, that's, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
And hey, you know what? At least, yeah, and at least he's not continuing the tour and doing lip syncing. Like, that's awesome that he really wants to give the audience and the fans what they paid to see, an actual live performance. So I think that's pretty fucking cool. It does suck that you have to take the detour for a little bit, but hey, he'll be back. We'll catch him when he comes back. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, she wasn't the whole Queen Glamazon. Is it Glamazona or Glamazonia? Glamazona.
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 You, girl.
I was just about to say, as long as Liv Tyler's okay, I'm okay.
Yeah, she was in that Armageddon, which was spectacular. She was also recently in that Lone Star 911, right? And she decided to stop working because she didn't want to be dealing with all the COVID
stuff. Yeah. She stepped down.
Still kicking for sure.
I'm sure
she was
Brian remembers her best from Lord of the Rings.
She was good. She was really good in Hulk.
She was awesome. Yeah, she was awesome in Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Mike would be like, hey, Mike would be all about. Yeah, she
was an elf.
She was great. Yeah, but she's also great in Independent. Not Independent. Armageddon. She was great in Armageddon too. That's just an awesome movie.